Hi guys, welcome back to Tea with D. I know, it's been a while, but from the conversations I've been having for the past weeks, I've noticed that some people have forgotten how this channel works. People will be like, oh, you should talk about this on your channel. And I'm like, then submit it. And they're like, huh? And I'm like, there's a link. So I want to use this opportunity to remind you that each of my videos are created in response to your anonymous submissions. So if you have a topic that you'd like me to discuss, please submit it in the link in my description. With that being said, let's get right to it. Today's submission says,
I'm in a relationship, but I think I'm catching feelings for another person. What do you think I should do?
Firstly, thank you for being vulnerable and sharing this with us. Now, let's try to approach this as realists. I've had conversations with people that are like, oh, what's a relationship? I don't do this to anyone else. I don't see anyone else. I don't care how good they look, blah, blah, blah. Now, I really wish I believed you, but unfortunately do not. Not only do I think this is unrealistic, but I also think it's an unhealthy approach. Regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship, finding an attractive person attractive when you have eyes is not only completely normal, but it's also natural. And anything that disrupts our natural flow of life, in this case, being in denial about what you feel, will always eventually negatively manifest itself in one way or another. Whether it's unhappiness, self-disgust, misplaced anger at your partner, or even infidelity. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. And although we might have different cultural or societal standards of beauty, humans have always had an affinity to beauty. You see beauty, you're going to be attracted to it, you're going to notice it, it's going to grab your attention. Which is why people pay thousands of dollars to acquire certain things, to look a certain way, or even to employ certain people. But you can obviously find someone attractive, but not necessarily want them. Imagine I have a goal of trying to spend less money on bags, and every time I go to the store, I see a nice bag and I'm like, oh no, I don't really see it, or I don't really like it that much, or it's not that nice. That is not being disciplined. The discipline comes from being able to say that although it's attractive, I'm still choosing not to get it. Simply acknowledging its beauty and moving on is enough for me. You know those shoes that you've had sitting in your closet for the longest time but you just never worn? When you saw them at the store, you probably thought, that's really nice. But you could still never really picture yourself wearing it anywhere or at all. But you ended up still buying it, and it ends up just being a waste of money and space in your closet. Of course, no human being is a waste of space. But this lack of self-control can be applied to being greedy with people as well. You're in a relationship with someone that you love so much, you've built a friendship with, you have sexual chemistry with who your values are fully aligned, but you risk it all because you just met someone that's nice and looks good. Honey, this is 2024. Everyone looks good these days. Also consider the 70-30 principle. Considering that no one is perfect, most times your current partner has about 70% of the things you'd want in a partner. And one day, you might meet someone that has that 30% that you're currently missing. Even though this person has just 30%, it might initially look like they have everything you want. As most times, the grass does look greener on the other side. But no one wants to fumble their 70 for a 30. Which leads me to the most important part of this video. Before making any decisions, you need to firstly determine whether you're actually falling for this person or if it's just infatuation or lust. Again, I believe that finding people attractive is just a part of human nature, but it's how you handle this attraction that really shows how much respect you have for your relationship and for yourself. There's a reason why most people don't care about their partner's crushes on Halle Berry, Idris Elba, or A$AP Rocky, but it's obviously going to be completely different if it's maybe a boy or girl at their job. I say this to say that proximity, frequency, and familiarity are all very important factors. It's a scientific fact that infatuation does not last. Whether it's limiting your exposure to them or cutting them off entirely, you need to start paying more attention to the positions you're putting yourself in with this person. There's times that I've met someone that I found so attractive and thought about them for a couple days, but by the next week, I've completely forgotten that they exist and moved on with my life. If you're constantly building on that attraction by consistently exposing yourself to this person, then you're not serious. If preserving your relationship is important to you, then you should not be putting yourself in compromising situations with them, no matter how loyal or disciplined you think you are. Again, we're all human. On the other hand, if what you're feeling for this person goes beyond infatuation, then that's of course a different conversation. And I'm going to give you a few things that might indicate that you're entering this territory. Going out of your way to spend time with them, seeking their attention, craving their presence and feeling like you're missing out when you're not around them, beginning to compare their qualities with your partner's, feeling like you can be transparent about your interactions with them to your partner. Now, if you're noticing these signs, please consider speaking to your partner. And this can range anywhere between trying to work on what might be missing in your relationship to honestly just ending it. At the end of the day, if you're not satisfied for a reason that's out of your partner's control, then it's probably best to just move on. There's literally no shame in that. A relationship should be mutually fulfilling. You don't want to get to a point where your relationship feels like jail, and your partner certainly does not ever want to feel like they're your jail. No normal person plans to cheat on someone that they care about. But many people that do cheat admit that it could have been avoided if they had just acknowledged and addressed the signs. I know it can be difficult, but you don't want to wait until you betrayed yourself and someone that you love before you do something about it. I hope that knowing that we're all trying to cope with these same things makes you feel less alone and more seen. I encourage anyone else who might have any experience dealing with similar situations to give additional suggestions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and especially for your vulnerability. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye!